Thank you for coming by so early, Zachary. We need to agree on the first step in integrating Leonardo and Neela into normal human ways.
I think we should start with clothes.
I agree. Their uniforms will appear strange, and we want to avoid any suspicion of strangeness.
Right.
They need to learn to behave in a normal human fashion, as I have.
You're not putting that on too.
Of course not. Yuck.
You don't eat out a lot, do you, Mr. Ong?
How do you know?
Wild guess.
Creatures smell with their splash grats.
Splash grats?
Zatabian for nose.
So what do you normally smell through?
Our beznabs.
Ears.
You smell through your ears?
Of course we do.
Zetavia has some of the best smelling sounds in the galaxy.
Okay. How about just using Earth words for everything from now on?
Very good point. Using words like beznab, you'll stand out like cab flangers.
Right. Anyways, clothes shopping.
Yes, this will be your first venture out into the human world. It's essential you attract no attention.
Just follow Mr. Ong and my lead and act normal.
Of course. Too easy.
Understood. And rest assured, I have been given many things to understand in my career, and I have understood almost all of them.
Right. And if anyone asks about the uniform, just say, you're attending a fancy dress party.
Copy that. We are attending a festivity at which fancy dresses are the special guest.
Close enough.
That's not helping.
Space Force covert behavior is all about observing, watching, sensing.
I do think a little less sensing would help.
Where's Neela?
You can really smell the rich mix of minerals and plastics. Minerals and plastics.
Mr. Ong.
Neela, stop sniffing the signage.
Yes, your odd behavior will betray us all. I foresee only calamity if you persist. Do not be alarmed. I am on my way to a celebration of fancy female clothing. See how it's done.
That's not how it's done.
Oh, I can't wait to see how fancy the dresses are at the outing later.
Neela!
I look ridiculous.
No, you don't. You look normal, and that's the idea.
I look just as normal in the clothes I wanted to buy.
Well, for a start, we only wear one hat at a time on Earth.
That's because you only have one head.
I agree with Raffles and Zachary. Your choices were clearly inappropriate.
Mine? What about yours?
It's called camouflage.
Not in the middle of the city, it isn't.
I disagree.
I didn't buy that.
Correct.
You stole it.
You can't just steal stuff.
I think you'll find we can.
I'll go back and pay for them.
Mr. Ong, I'm going to miss you.
I'm only going to the shops.
I mean, when you're forced to leave Earth because everyone realizes immediately that Neela and Leonardo are both aliens.
Well, I do not get found out. I do the finding out. If anyone tries to find me out, I find them out first.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you just watch me blend. You just watch.
Zachary is right. Odd styles of dress and silly hats are not the way to fit in.
It's not a silly hat. It's a Napoleon hat. He was one of Earth's greatest military leaders and a snappy dresser. Are you enjoying taking orders from the Zachary human?
I thought we were taking orders from Raffles.
But he listens to everything Zachary says. As a senior officer of the Space Force, I find it demeaning.
I find it even more demeaning, seeing as I am a higher-ranking officer and mission commander, unlike you.
Whatever. I refuse to let the situation go on.
Well, we haven't got much of a choice until Raffles decides to leave.
Then we need a plan to get Raffles to leave.
And you've got one.
Not really. But I will. Oh, I will. And victory will be mine.
Ours.
Yes, ours.
To recap, flowers are for...
Sniffing.
Looking at.
Very good. And not for...
Eating.
Force feeding others.
Very good. And now, for our next common Earth item, the broom.
Why do we need to know these boring things?
Because normal humans do, and if you are going to fit in as a normal human, you will need to know them too.
But we've been at this for...
43 seconds.
Do you know how long that is on Zatabia?
68 seconds?
Exactly. We need a break.
Not yet, I'm afraid. And now, the broom.
We need a plan.
I'm working on it.
Now, to demonstrate how the broom operates in association with its assistant, the dustpan.
Mr. Ong, it's me, Mrs Chandrasekar.
Our nosy neighbour.
Just a minute. Go and hide.
I am not a hider. I am a confronter. I shall interact with this new human.
I guess they have to learn to deal with people sometime.
I know, but
I have a strategy. I'll dazzle her with my hat.
I also have a strategy for dealing with her. I'll pretend I fainted.
what?
Hello, young man. What an interesting outfit. And what are you supposed to be?
A normal human child.
Very convincing. What's your name?
Deputy Commander Leonardo.
This is Mr. Ong's nephew, his hyper-imaginative nephew.
That's right. I have a nephew, and that makes me his uncle.
I brought cookies.
How generous of you. But as you know, I am a very private eater, and my family even more so, so we'll enjoy them later.
Ada kadavule. Mr. Ong, there appears to be a young woman unconscious on your floor.
This is Mr. Ong's sister, Neela.
That's right. I have a sister named Neela.
And she's not unconscious, she's,
Having a, floor nap.
Yep.
Her breathing is too rapid for someone who's sleeping. She simply appears to be lying down here with her eyes closed.
Oh, Mrs Chandrasekar, I didn't know you were a detective.
35 years on the city police force.
That was the most pleasant floor nap I've had in potluck. I mean, many a year. Yes, quite a nap.
Really?
What is that odor? What are these?
Cookies. You never had cookies before?
Cookies.
Mr. Ong, you have a very nice family, but quite unusual.
Yes, they are from very far away, where the values and norms are different from here.
Where would that be?
Zatabia?
I have never heard of it.
It's never heard of you.
I didn't mean to be impolite about your strange country.
It's perfectly all right.
No, it isn't.
You must visit us again soon, maybe next year. I'll pencil it in.
Wait! Where would your nephew be going to school?
School?
Mr. Ong, didn't you say he's homeschooled?
You seem to know more about Mr. Ong's family than he does.
He's just extremely nosy.
That's a terrible trait.
And my sister believes that homeschooling is the best way for Leonardo to gain the knowledge and social skills needed in the modern world.
You have a delightfully eccentric family, just like you, Mr. Ong. I should visit you more often.
Must you? I mean, you must.
It turns out that cookies are also edible. Who knew?
Yes, fascinating. I have a plan to get us out of here.
Finally.
Did you see how close we came to getting caught just now?
By the cookie baking detective woman?
Yes. What do you think would happen if Raffles was discovered to be an alien?
He'd have to leave.
Bingo!
Oh, but we can't just out him to the human public. We'd be discovered too.
Correct. But what if Raffles was to be outed accidentally?
But on purpose.
Bingo again!
Ooh, so what is your plan?
I'm going to school.
That's it?
If I was to go to the same school where Raffles works at, I will have every opportunity to embarrass and draw attention to him.
I don't get it.
You will. And when my plan has worked, we will return to Zatabia. Our time on this rock of a planet is almost up. I can feel it in my sleep tubes.